You are now listening to Rings Kings Boxing World Flash Report.
Shout out to the fam. Big Q in the building representing the Ring Kings Boxing Nation. Much love to the fam. An excellent weekend of boxing, man. Listen, they had some fights that wasn't all that, but in the end, it was a pretty solid weekend of fights. We still have the NOA fight that's supposed to happen on Saturday night. So a lot of Saturday evening, rather. Sunday today, rather. I'm kind of getting mixed up from all of the boxings. But a pretty interesting weekend of fights, just to be honest with you. The Jaime Munguia bout was okay. They had some good fights. I like the heavyweight fight on Saturday night of Ife Ujagba against Martin Bakole, even though I thought FA did enough to win that fight, but it's still a good action fight as well. So there were other fights that weren't as good. Like we talk about Devin Haney's ridiculous, ugly, stupid bout that he had with Jose Ramirez, where he just kind of scurried around the ring, not very respectable, or the laughable fight that was the matchup between Canelo Alvarez and Louis the scary ass Scull. Just ugly, ridiculous trash of a fight that a lot of people was upset after the end of the fight, and rightfully so. The guy just got in the ring and ran all the time, and then he actually believed that at the end of the fight, he didn't even get. I don't know if you guys realized or watched, and I'm pretty sure my boxing heads got this. Was the fact that at the end of the fight, you usually get the post-fight analysis or the interviews from both fighters. We heard what Canelo Alvarez said about basically hating fighters that fight like William Scull did. And Scull was elusive, but he did not engage enough. It was a boring fight. The guy basically ran. And then at the end of the fight, they actually did an interview where after he came out of the showers, they actually interviewed him, and he said he thought he won the fight. They got guys that said that he won. That's out here saying that Scull got robbed. Now, I don't know who the hell these guys think they are with the boxing game, but no, Scull did not win the fight. He did not engage the man. He was basically scared, and he has an elusive style where he ran around the ring and complained when the man hit him on the belt and all this kind of stuff. And then, like I said, even the commentators were pissed about how the guy was freaking fighting. So a lot of people just don't want to see this clown anymore. I really don't want to see this clown anymore. But there was a lot of decent fights in between. That brings us to this guy. And we'll hear what he said. And then we'll see if you guys agree with what he had to say about the fight, what Tim Bradley had to say about this weekend's fight. Here we go.
What I think about what? What do you think about Times Square last night? You got the Devin Haney, you had Ryan Garcia and Rolly fight. A lot of stuff under a huge weekend.
It underwhelmed, man. I was pissed off after watching that. And if I was pissed off, I know all the fans are pissed off too. I'm talking about pissed off. I was pissed off to almost like I felt like I was insulted last night after watching that. I felt like I was insulted. I was disappointed in each guy's performance, man. I was so disappointed. I thought all of them was whack. All of them. Every last one of them. I didn't see no hunger in these dudes, man. No hunger. Only there for the money. See, that's the problem. That's the biggest problem with today's boxing, man. That's the biggest problem, big dog. I gotta go downstairs. That's the biggest issue with today's fighters, man. All these guys, man, everybody looking to line up and get that big paycheck, bro. That's it. They not looking to add to the sport. They not looking to add to any kind of legacy. All they want is a big paycheck, and they willing to do whatever they want to do whatever they need to do to get it. And that's the biggest issue, bro. No heart, no passion. No, where the Barboza? What the? Are you kidding me, bro? You've been waiting 12 years for this fight. You've been calling for this fight, bro. 12 years. And you put up that type of performance, bro? Are you kidding me? Come on, man. That's shameful, bro. That's shameful. 1, 2. You got it. Who else? Oh,
you got Ryan Garcia. And
I'm trying to get the hell up out of here. I'm trying to get up out of here.
Right, it's back this way out this door.
Yeah.
That'll let us out the back. There you go, right here. That'll let us out no fans over here.
You're also part of the group.
We're part of the group.
I gotta go. I'm right here. All right.
Thank you.
Now, Ryan Garcia, same thing. Ryan Garcia ain't no true fighter. He's not no true fighter at all. It's so ironic, right? It's like how one didn't even train, or not want to say train, but that whole year off. You had one that was rehabbing, the other one that didn't rehab. He put on the shit show too. Haney put on the shit show. Ryan put on the shit show as well. But Haney was supposed to be going back to the drawing board, getting better. Did you think he got better? Absolutely not.
Mosley to the team, all that stuff.
Just because you add a Hall of Famer to your team don't make you better. I promise you that. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes coaches, you don't have to be a Hall of Famer to be a good coach, man. to be a great coach. You don't have to be. You know what I mean? There's guys out there that just, hey, that's what their calling is. To be great coaches, have that great eye. Anyways, I didn't see any improvement in Ryan. And I didn't see any improvement in Ryan. I didn't see any improvement in Haney whatsoever. But let me go back to Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia don't want to be a fighter. All Ryan Garcia wants is the money. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you already know that. And Ryan didn't even want the Devin fight either. He didn't want the Devin fight, bro. That showed me last night. What he did last night, bro, not even stepping on the gas and attempting to throw one combination the whole night, bro. Are you kidding me? Like, he didn't want the Devin fight. He didn't want to revisit that. Devin, yesterday, I felt like he didn't want to fight either with Ryan Garcia. The way he was fighting, how scared he was. PTSD is a real thing in boxing. It's a real thing. And I felt that's what I saw with Devin, watching him run around the ring. Man, I was like, damn. I was like, did this dude, did he train with Usain Bolt? Who the hell he train with? I said, he running around this ring like he crazy. I'm like, yo, settle your feet down, bro, and grow some balls, man. Grow some balls and stand there and jab it and make sure to back this guy up off of you. But nah, man, like, look, I take so much, bro. I was so angry after watching that, bro. I waste my time watching that last night. Waste my time. And Teofimo Lopez, okay, he did his thing. But, Tio, you could have stopped Buddy. Buddy was scared of you, bro. You could have stopped, dude. You could have stepped on the gas a little bit more, but you want to play the safe route, too. You want to secure your win. It was easy. I saw you in there playing, you being Gordo in there. But, dude, you could have stepped on the gas, too, and could have went forward and could have, brought some attention to the show. Oh, good boxing. Tremendous. But there was more that he can do, too. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody off the cuff. Everybody. That whole show is trash. All the fighters on there, they don't have the passion, bro. They don't have the desire, bro, at all. Everybody is spoiled nowadays. These fighters are all spoiled. And it's all to y'all man that y'all love. All of y'all owe it to y'all man that y'all love. All those guys out there, all the people that love this man.
That
y'all to them.
Turki Alishsheed?
I ain't say nothing.
Okay.
I ain't say no name, but I'm just saying, spoiling these guys, man. These guys are making way too much money. And I get it. Y'all say, oh, wait, money. Bro, to get that, those type of performances, bro, come on, bro. No passion, no drive, no hunger. Fighters are whack. Straight up whack. All of them. Straight trash. Whack. That was horrible to watch yesterday, man. I was so angry, man. And you can still see I'm still angry about it. Because I'm like, oh, that wasn't no boxing event. That wasn't a boxing event last night, man. That was quote unquote entertainment. That was the only thing that was attached to that. Entertainment. But no boxing event. That wasn't no real boxing event. Who the fuck shows up in the car, bro? Who?
And that's what I want to
Who does that, bro?
The whole event was just bizarre. It seemed like
it was
from the no fans being there, no
all the above
media
exactly,
being there,
bro. Because it was a flex. It was a flex, bro. That was a flex in New York's face, bro. That was a straight up flex, man. That's what that was. Straight flex. Look what we can do. It wasn't about the fighters. The fighters were pawns. That's all it was about. The fighters were pawns, bro. The real agenda, you don't know the real agenda. But at the end of the day, I'll just say this, man. I never want to see something like that ever again. I never want to see something like that ever again. If you fighters are not passionate about being the best out there, bro, don't get in the ring. Don't get in the ring, please. Don't get in the ring. Save my time, bro. That was so damn disappointing, bro. You wasted my time last night, bro. I was angry watching that. Trash. Anyways.
From one
All right, Tim Bradley, man. Hey, man, listen, man. Y'all put flash in the comment section below and let me know how y'all feel about what Tim Bradley was basically saying, man, about this fight. He went off, and you see from a passionate standpoint, of course, we know Tim was a hell of a fighter in his day when he fought. So he's speaking from a professional as well as a person, that's paying attention to the sport as an analyst. And, a lot of the stuff I agree with Tim Bradley saying. A lot of this is Veritas. The fight card, however, they did have some fights that, I actually enjoyed. A lot of them, they were kind of, all this kind of stuff. But they did have some good fights. Like I said, the Martin Bakoli and Efio Jagba fight was a good fight, despite the fact that I thought F.A. did enough to win the fight. But, they'll probably rematch those guys. The Hami Mugia and Cerise fight was okay. It had a lot of action going on. Most Hami Mugia fights does. He was trying to press to get it there. He just couldn't get the guy out of there. Not really was impressed with the Badu Jack fight. Really wasn't impressed with that. A lot of shoe shining with his opponent there. Not really impressed with that. And several of the other fights. The Devin Haney fight was woefully underwhelming. Devin Haney was probably outside of the most disappointing fight. I thought that had the makings of being a really good fight with him against Jose Ramirez. It just didn't work, and Devin Haney got on his treadmill and he ran around. And I heard other boxing commentators make mention of the fact that they kind of blamed the boxing public for the mental state of some of these fighters. You're a fighter. You don't blame the boxing public for the condition of the fighter. The fighter is in the fighter's hands. I heard a commentator, one of the boxing folk that I heard say that. Now I disagree with that. I don't agree with that at all. Just because you see the craziness that is represented with Devin Haney moving around after the year of people, quote, trolling I mean, these are fighters that indicate that these guys are supposed to be tough mentally, spiritually, and otherwise, physically, all this kind of stuff. I don't blame them for that, because if the public is going to do or say what they feel they want to do, because you're kind of promoting it to them to have a reason. And a lot of time the promoters will bring up all kind of things to trying to get people to buy into the fight. We didn't have to see the craziness that was Ryan Garcia and all of the crazy stuff that he was doing. They used that to buy into the fight so that you would go and spend to see what happens with the fighters. So, I just don't believe in the public going and trolling the fighters to the point where they actually act this scared. If a lot of these guys that got on their treadmill and ran like Devin Haney did in a fight against Jose Ramirez, I don't like that at all. Devin Haney, to me, took a step back in what he did. You have to be able moving around and being elusive is one thing, but you still have to engage the fighters. You still have to put combinations together. You still have to press and do your best to get your opponent out of there. And playing it safe works in certain areas of the fight, but not the entire fight where you see stuff happen. Sooner or later, you're going to have to take a chance. You can't in areas, you can't sit on your ass all day or back away and not take a chance in the fight and play it safe. People are not going to like that. And more than likely, you can do what you want to do. And at the end of the day, they're just going to not support your ass. That's the bottom line. But y'all put in the comment section below how y'all feel about what Tim Bradley said. Do you agree with what I'm saying? Do you agree with what Tim Bradley's saying? Because there were quite a fights. What fights did you guys enjoy on this weekend of fights? Y'all put it in the comment section. Let me know what fights that you particularly enjoyed and which ones you did not enjoy and why. Put it in the comment section. And then, of course, we get to the fight that was no fight, which was the Canelo Alvarez fight, in which Canelo Alvarez was able to get back the belt from William Scull. A lot of people looked at Scull. He's relatively an unknown fighter. Nobody knows, but I was able to do some research on him. I was not impressed with this fighter, to be honest with you, or his style and what he did. He does show to have some power, but whether he was afraid of Canelo Alvarez or not, you can see Canelo Alvarez was visibly frustrated with Scull, not just because of the fact that he didn't want to fight, because that's what it is. Let's make it a fight. The guy basically got on his treadmill and ran from him. And Canelo landed just enough when he did hit him. The guy did not outpunch Canelo Alvarez, even though Canelo Alvarez would make punches, make connections to the midsection of William Scull. He did enough to convince the judges that he won the fight. Scull at the end of the fight said that he won the fight. I disagree. I disagree with anybody out there. I don't care who you are who think that this guy actually won the fight. I disagree wholeheartedly. This guy did not win the fight, and most of the boxing public never want to see this asshole again, and I'm good with that. I'm good with you take that guy and drop him in a black hole somewhere and we never see him again. We don't need to see that kind of scary ass boxing. And even Canelo Alvarez mentioned it in his post press conference when he said that he hates fighters like that. And he wasn't just mentioning Scull, but he was, I'm pretty sure he took an indirect dig at him, or a direct dig, depending on how you look at it. But the reality of the situation is, you can't have if you're going to have a fight, being elusive is one thing, but engaging with a fighter, putting combinations together, that guy didn't do none of that shit. He didn't put any combinations together against Canelo Alvarez. He had no intention of coming into the fight and fighting a fight to become undisputed. He came in there and took the 5 million or whatever it is and ran with it. So at the end of the day, what Turki Alishsheed did at the end of the fight, he basically allowed Canelo Alvarez to say his piece and then cleared the ring out, and Scull would not allow Scull to say anything. And then what it did was it pivoted from what was the pathetic bullshit fight that Scull and Alvarez was to this, which is basically Turki Alishsheed brung him right on in, kicked Scull and his little weak ass team out of the ring, and brung Terence Crawford in to the ring and had a face off between Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, and announced when the fight was going to be September the 12th in Las Vegas. So that's the thing. And this was the main thing at the end of the night that a lot of people wanted to see to make it official. And I thought it was a good ploy by the Turki Alishsheed to see how pathetic that Canelo Alvarez fight and just kick these guys out. Let's get these guys out of here and just announce it. So that's salvaged a little. But in the end, the entire night, the Friday and Saturday, and of course they'll have a Saturday where NOA is supposed to fight as well. But the reality at the end of the day is that Tim Bradley's not too far off in his assertion, even though I do like certain fights. Not all of the fights was trash. I can't go with him on that. Not all the fights are trash, but a great deal of them were trash. The Teofimo Lopez fight was entertaining, and he's right about Teofimo Lopez. He could have put the pressure on and got the guy out of there, but that's Teofimo. A lot of these guys, they don't want to look bad. They don't want to press. They don't want to take the chance. They want to stay clean. They don't want to stick their nose in there and get it dirty. They just want to do just enough to shimmy it up, get the win, keep the belt, collect the money, and save face. And that's what this really is. Sometimes you can't save face in the fight game. Sometimes you got to get dirtied up. But anyway, as we get ready to conclude the broadcast, this is the story of Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford for September the 12th in Las Vegas, which is bilked as the fight of the century. Now, I ask you guys, I'm going to ask you in the comment section. Drop comments in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel. Which fights that you enjoyed this weekend and which ones did you not enjoy? And also tell me about the Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford fight. Who do you think wins this fight? We know Bud Crawford is going up in weight. We understand that Bud has to kind of have an opportunity to take on this. And this is what he's really been kind of waiting for is this fight. He's been waiting for this fight the whole damn time. And, the last fight that Bud had wasn't all that. We know that was kind of him just filling in time until he get the money fight so he can ultimately retire, because that's what this is. He wants to go out. Bud's like 37, 38 years old. Anyway, he's in his late 30s and he wants a money fight to close out his career. So we'll see what kind of fight this is. But y'all tell me in the comment section below, who do you think wins this fight? Who do you think who will win this fight between Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez? Who do you guys think will win that fight? Y'all put in the comment section below, and we'll continue to cover this stuff as well. So I'm Big Q. Thank y'all for chiming in on this episode of Ring Kings Boxing. Do me a favor. Please feel free to hit the comment section up. Let me know how you feel about these topics. And hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and share button, man. And we continue to bring it to the Ring King boxing community and keep it real. With that being said, I'm going to holler at you on the next one. Much love. Peace. I'm out.
Subscribe now and make Ring Kings Boxing your source for all the latest fight news.